tonight, Siddharth Yadav, national spokesperson of the BJP, Ishkaran Bhandari, advocate in the Supreme Court, Tushar Gupta, political analyst, Faizan Kidwai, national spokesperson of the Samajwadi Party, Somnath Bharti, former law minister and tourism and culture minister as well, leader of the Aam Aadmi Party, Vivek Srivastava, political analyst. But my first question goes to Congress leader Sanjay Jha. And Sanjay Jha, my question is straight off the bat. What are people from the Congress party doing there, saying that it is their right to pelt stones at the BJP office, and that, however, lakhs of CRPF jeeps cannot prevent them from doing so? Whoever wants to arrest them should arrest them. Is this something that the Congress National Party approves of? And is it a fact that another of your leaders who is seen in pictures is now underground? Is this really an experiment? Nepal and Bangladesh and Sri Lanka, does it seem like a joke to you that we will use those experiments in India? Look at the status of those countries. Do you really want India to burn with the same experiment that is being tried in our neighborhood?
Navika, good evening to you and to my fellow panelists. I think this is a very sensitive issue because it is in a border space of our with China. It is a very sensitive subject, and I think we should treat it with a great deal of gravitas. Let me make a couple of points. I think in your entire introduction, you missed the most fundamental point that is important to this debate. Number one, that these protests have been happening for a long time. I mean, Sonam Wangchuk and the entire conversation that he's been doing, he's protested, he's come to Delhi, and there have been a lot of talks about how to get unemployment problems sorted out in Ladakh. The numbers are very, very disconcerting. I saw the report. Around 22% of the young in Ladakh are unemployed. And that's a massive number. It's much higher than the national average that we have. Secondly, and this is very important, that the BJP in its own manifesto talked about how to basically empower the tribal community. They have forgotten their own manifesto, like they forgot about those 15 lakh in everybody's bank account and 2 crore jobs. Today, what is the principal demand of Mr. Wangchuk? Which is to say that, listen, we need to take care of the tribals. And he's talking about the 6th schedule. What is the 6th schedule all about? It's about empowering the entire tribal community. And I was not aware of it long ago myself, but Ladakh has around 85 to 90% of the population is tribal. So if there is a call to make the majority of the people of Ladakh empowered, why should it bother the government? They should be in a hurry to get it done. In fact, if you promised it in your manifesto, the bigger issue is not the politics behind it at all. I think, Navika, the message from the Modi government is really that they're so authoritarian in their predilections that they don't want to hear a voice that challenges their authority. We have seen what happened in Manipur over 2 years.
Sanjay Jha, that can be said about any government in power, including you. You're not in power, but you're authoritarian because you will boycott whoever you want to boycott and still call it a democracy. So please, those preachings and those teachings can be avoided for the moment. But let me ask Siddharth Yadav. Siddharth Yadav, one thing is for sure. The Congress party has been saying that there will be a Gen Z uprising. And if you think the Congress party is involved in this conspiracy, what were you waiting for? You knew it. These provocative statements have been made by Mr. Rahul Gandhi. Then what was the government doing in Ladakh? What were you doing in Leh? Is a legitimate question that will be asked. Why were you waiting up until now to cancel the FCRA funding of the NGOs of Sonam Wangchuk? Really? You needed 4 people to die and 200 to be injured before you woke up and smelled the coffee? And number 3, I also want to ask you that if there was such a conspiracy on, why did we allow it to happen? These are legitimate questions which will be asked, even if we know that the opposition parties who cannot defeat the Prime Minister on the electoral ground are using these kind of tactics to somehow incite violence. Yet the responsibility will always be at your doorstep.
Navika, there is no denial that such questions would be asked, and the responsibility always lies on the government at hand. But what has to be understood is that we don't even know that how much of such conspiracies by the opposition today and all such notorious elements have been already been prevented by the government. We have seen what is happening in Bangladesh. We have seen what is happening in Sri Lanka. We have seen what is happening in Nepal. Should we not be thinking that these were not the attempts in India? Definitely these were the attempts. But what is the larger question today is that in a democratic country and in the largest, most flourishing democracy in the world, the leader of opposition in the entire opposition party today supports violence? Is that what the constitution teaches us? Can we or can anybody who works in this political spectrum, in this political space, works amongst the people of this country, come out and say that this was justified? Are you justifying anarchy? Are you justifying arson? Are you justifying people who have political motives coming on the streets and burning the Hill Council, burning BJP office, or for that matter any political office? This is not Indian democracy, and this is not safe for Indian democracy. That has to be understood. It is Rahul Gandhi and his party which works on the funda of Bharat Tere Tukde Honge, who sits with George Soros, who knows that we cannot win in the eyes of the people, we cannot gather support from the people, and that is why we have to come to a point where we're being anarchy in this country. That's the reality. What are you justifying? The talks were already going on. What authoritarian government are you speaking of?
Fair point.
Government which is if a
Navika,
government
for 2 years, what was the central government doing?
High power committee
When
led by a MOS,
led by
an MOS, Nityanand Rai ji is in consultation and speaking to all the people who are there, and so many of issues have been resolved. The next meeting is fixed up. Who gives you the right to burn Ladakh?
Absolutely. And Sanjay Jha, you will have to be answering that question. For 60 years, there has been a movement in Ladakh for a union territory status. It's very rich coming from the Congress party. कि आप उन्हें statehood नहीं दे रहे. They were given and recognized as a union territory only when this government came in and Article 370 was implemented. I want to ask you, what are you raising questions all about? And Farooq Abdullah, who welcomed, his party welcomed. There are tweets of Omar Abdullah from that time. There are tweets of Sonam Wangchuck from 2019 saying that we welcome the union territory status that has been given and the recognition that have been given to the people of Ladakh. Today, suddenly, Dil Mange More, and you're trying to justify that, and you're justifying Sonam Wangchuck's statement, which said that Arab Springs-like revolution should be brought in here. Are you justifying that?
And Navika, I think what you are saying on the channel is incomplete. Sonam Wangchuck has actually cancelled his fast. His words are that I'm pained at the violence that has happened. Nobody in their right senses would ever condone any violence.
My friend, when the violence happened, he packed his bags, broke his fast, caught an ambulance and ran away to his village, my friend.
Like in Manipur.
That's what cowards do when the situation, when the fire that they light gets out of control. That's what cowards do. And Sanjay Jha, you're trying to make him into a hero today when 4 people have died and 200 people have been injured. But
Navika, the government has a responsibility like they had in Manipur and they failed. They should be careful here.
What's your responsibility as the opposition? To incite people?
That's
what is
your responsibility is to incite people by saying there will be Gen Z-like protests, and let me get in Somnath Bharti. Exactly what his leader is saying today. He's been out of circulation because not really relevant in Bihar elections or here or there. So suddenly he finds something to latch on to and says, "Aaj to wahan hua hai, ab kahan, bahut jagah mein hoga." Somnath Bharti, is that a responsible statement to say, or is it an insightful statement to say? I want to ask you this. You're a man of law.